there's a final question from the same questioner, and she says, if God already knows that someone is going to or will commit wrongdoing, then why does not He stop him or her? If God does not stop them, then why is there a concept of punishment and reward, or heaven and hell? So perhaps briefly we could just comment on this concept.
In the question, the answer is there. That if God Almighty has forced His will, that is to say, if He had forced certain people to do good deeds, then what is the qualification for these people to be rewarded for that? And if Allah Almighty has forced some people to do bad things, that why they should be punished? The whole reward and punishment, the concept of that is because of that free will. And that free will means that for the limited time of our lifespan, everybody is given a free hand. We can do whatever we like. I am sitting in the chair, I can also stand up. I am in this room, I can also go outside. Free will is there. I can eat something, I can say, no, sorry, I don't want to have it. Total freedom is given there. And that is why at the end, it is said that if you spend your life in a nice way, you will be rewarded. If in a bad way, then you will be punished for that one. So Allah Almighty does not force His will on people. I think one example can maybe explain this thing quite better. That when the students, they go for exam, they are answering the question paper. They are writing a answer to a certain question. There is some professor or a teacher, invigilator. He looks at the paper and the answer is wrong. But that teacher does not point out that this answer is wrong, because that time is for student to establish his merit, to give the right answer. So when he writes the good answer, he is given the rewarded at the end. If he doesn't, then he is not given the marks. Similarly, God Almighty is looking upon us, and He has given us the free will. Ability is there, the decision of judgment making is there. That facility has been given. But God Almighty is just watching over us, and He wants to see how do we behave. That is the ultimate, in one sentence, is the ultimate divine scheme of creation. So as God Almighty is making us going through a period of trial, like as we are sitting in the examination hall, so God Almighty does not catch hold of our hand. Otherwise the whole concept of examination will go overboard. So God Almighty say, I just let you do, whether you do right or wrong, it is up to you. I have got a day of judgment at the end. I will make my judgment clear on that day.
Jazakallah. I think that example actually illustrates the point very well. Jazakallah to you both. Unfortunately, we've now run out of time, but hopefully we can cover more of these questions in subsequent programs. But Dr. Zahid Khan Saab, Imam Saab, Jazakallah to you both. And Jazakallah to you, the viewers, for your questions and for joining us again today. As a reminder, please do send your questions to us. This program functions on the questions that you send us. The email address to send your questions to is faithmatters@mta.tv. That email address again, faithmatters@mta.tv. Or if you'd prefer, you can fax your questions to us. The fax number is +44 208 687 8037. Finally, it just remains for me to thank the panel and thank the viewers. Jazakallah, and I hope to see you again soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.